Hello and welcome back to CIPD Bitesize with me, Dan, and today we're looking at AC2.1. So without further ado, let's crack on. So we come back to our case study at Novascare. Again, you can pause this video if you wish to have a look in a little bit more detail, but we'll just read over the highlights here. So you are applying for a role at Novascare, which is a home-based care company with over 200 qualified care professionals. And you are looking to join their HR department or the people practice department as a HR and L&D assistant. Within the first year of the role, you will then be looking to move into either a HR or L&D team as a specialist. This is a great opportunity for anybody that's applying for the role, but you are applying for this role as the student. And we are looking particularly for somebody who is a team player, who can get focused and be adaptable and enjoys working with others, because they want to find the right person for Novascare. If you feel it describes you, we hope it does, because you're about to answer the questionnaire as part of their application. So AC1 2.1. This is our third question here for this module. And it is: our people practice team are a happy and inclusive group of people who respect each other and work well together. The team values that everyone is willing to 1, contribute their views and opinions. 2, clarify their problems or issues. And 3, work effectively as part of a team. For this question, we'd like you to provide 3 examples, 1 for 1, 2, and 3, summarizing how you would demonstrate this behavior. So as you can see here, one thing to be aware of and not to be tripped up on is it's not asking for 9 examples in total, 3 for each. No, it's asking for 1 example for number 1, 1 example for number 2, 1 example for number 3, equating to 3 examples total. So the key action points here are labeled for you: 1, 2, and 3. So the first one, contributing views and opinions. You want to look at what is respectful and inclusive working in a context. Is it honest but tactful to be respectful? Did you recognize others may have a different perspective? Is it a few examples? What does this mean to you, though? The second, what is respectful and inclusive working in this context for clarifying problems or issues? Do you stay calm, non-offensive, and non-aggressive, or do you give everybody a voice? What's your example? And then lastly here, working effectively as part of a team. What is respectful and inclusive working in this context here? And how we've demonstrated this behavior. Is it respecting everybody's contributions, or have you not let somebody be left out of a group? You tell us, and we'd love to hear from you in a little bit more detail. For example, I would say contributing their views and opinions is behavior that I practiced when I was corporate in-house HR. And by this, we didn't have a union where we worked, and so therefore we created a works council, and we contributed the views and opinions of everybody. We wanted to listen to everybody's perspective to hear if what the company are doing are in the right direction of what the employees believe too. And it worked really well in the absence of having a trade union. We recognized others and have different perspectives in terms of what we can do next. And it wasn't all about, right, let's implement this policy, this procedure. It was more about let's put on this event. This is what the people want. It's employee engagement in another kind of aspect. So with every question, you have a score of 1 till 4. You can pause the video as well if you want to have a look at each of the descriptors. However, we'll be focusing, as we do every bite size, on achieving a 3, which is a pass. And with this, we want the response to demonstrate that good level knowledge of your experience and examples. In the descriptor, it mentions about examples, and the questions explicitly asks for examples here too. So we want you to make good reference to the certain examples or scenarios that you went through here too. and it makes sure that it hits that assessment brief, because there's no point going off on a tangent. And then the format that we would want you to speak in, you could probably do a heading and a paragraph for each of those action points. Please bear in mind your word count as well, so that you can equally divide your word count up into certain questions and then into certain action points too. Having a good format and structure will also help the marker read, and it's got good readability, so therefore it's easier for the marker to go through, so that they can actually have a look at that academic rigor. Okay, so in terms of recommended reading for this question, we've got a couple of CIPD references for you. They are due to the fact that we are doing a CIPD course, so it just makes sense. So first of all, we've got the CIPD fact sheet, which is HR and standards. So this is great to see if you are completely lost, you've never worked in HR before, and that's fine. Have a look at what the CIPD is saying about the HR and standards, and then you can see how that can adapt to you contributing views and opinions or clarifying problems, and it doesn't have to be exactly within a HR experience too. Then moves on to the topic of the HR role, which just expands slightly more on the HR and standards themselves. And then we have the HR CIPD fact sheet, which looks at equality, diversity, and inclusion in the workplace. Each of these areas are showing how you can be respectful and inclusive, and this fact sheet will kickstart that kind of research for you. Okay, so let's have some story time here. So we are now looking at the Pogo Squad, and the Pogo Squad are doing the Tower Jump Challenge. So at the heart of Pogoville, the local extreme pogo team, or the Pogo Squad, if you will, was preparing for the legendary Tower Jump Challenge, where teams bounced up a skyscraper one floor at a time. The squad was known for its wild tricks and teamwork and disturbing number of knee bruises. New to the group was Jessie, a nervous but enthusiastic jumper with suspiciously sparkly hat. So you can see her, the second from the left. So number one, how did they contribute their views and opinions? As the team planned their jump formation, Chad suggested the classic rocket V. Tasha pushed the risky double donut spiral, and Jessie raised a hand. Why not combine them into a galvanized vortex? We spiral and climb. There was a pause. Then Chad shouted, "That's so dumb. It might just work." So Jessie's creativity thinking led to an even better team strategy. So question 2, looking at the clarifying problems or issues. Midway through their practice, the team kept slamming into suspiciously low hanging drone with a GoPro. Why do we keep losing momentum after level 6? She asked. Jessie squinted up and said, there's a drone blocking the air vent. We're basically bouncing into a wind tunnel. So Jessie spotted the hidden issue and explained that they're unexpected bounce fails. Then we have working effectively as part of a team. So on challenge day, disaster struck. Chad's pogo stick spring snapped. Tanya got tangled in a banner, and no one could remember the glazed vortex choreography. Jessie stayed calm then. Tanya, go manual and spot jump. Chad, use the backspring. I'll call the moves mid-jump. Together, they pulled up the chaotic but beautiful series of spirals, flips, and even an accidental rooftop barbecue stop that's scored full points for creativity. So here, Jessie helped rally the team and keep everyone bouncing, literally and figuratively. So the moral of this tale is, even in a high-flying, fast-moving teams, ideas matter. Even if they are just weird ones, every idea may seem weird to begin with. Identifying problems saves pain and pogo-related injuries. And stepping up makes the whole team bounce better. Because sometimes teamwork is the real spring behind every single jump. And that's a nice kind of way to end on today's bite size, because it's true. Teamwork does make the dream work, as they say. So how do you have your examples of how you have done this and displayed these behaviors in the past, even if it is something as wacky and wonderful as the Pogo Squad? So that's all we've got time for today. Join us next time for AC 2.2. Thank you.